What up, y'all? Week 9, we're here. We're coming off 2 big wins in knockouts on the run. First of all, EJ won his fight over this weekend.
I appreciate that, man.
He's
Thank you.
now 5-1. Amazing. Kid was a pretty good opponent, and EJ handled him. So congrats to that. But also,
thank you, Seb Money.
In fantasy football, EJ had a 40-point lead on me in one of our other leagues, and I had a 5% chance to win. Well, I won by 1 point, ending his 6-0 ending his 6-0 season, making him 6-1 and putting him onto a losing streak because he's about to lose again this week.
Well, you can put me on blast, and we'll show you a picture of the final score right here.
It was a pretty good game.
My undefeated streak.
And I started off 0-3 in this league, and I've won 4 in a row since then.
And now we're heading into week 9.
Week 9.
I'm about to lose my second game in a row. My opponent dropped 195 points.
And I need hair.
What did you beat me? 150 something?
156 to 155. But anyways, and tonight I need Harrison Butker to score me 21 to beat Noah. So I don't know if my win streak will survive after tonight, but pretty good chance. All Harrison needs is a couple 50-yarders, so why not? But so 2 big wins coming off.
Hey, he's wrong. 3 big wins, because if you watched our last video, we went 4-0. Okay,
on Monday Night Football.
On Monday Night Football
last week. Yep.
We went. If you watched our last video, which was Monday Night Football, the last games, the doubleheader. Yes, on the Buccaneers and the Lions and the Seahawks and the Texans.
K-Don hit 50 yards.
The Texans went under.
And the Lions won. And
the Seahawks won. I said Texans under, Seahawks win. The Texans went under on their points. The Seahawks won. I think the Texans had 7 points.
Yep.
Yeah, the Texans, and it was a defensive touchdown.
So
we went 4-0. I won my fight, and Seb beat me in fantasy football. So wins for everybody.
Let's go, man.
Get it, man.
Let's go.
We winning. Okay, it's called sacrifices. Sometimes you got to make sacrifices in life. Great intro to this video. Let's get this started. Seb is going to give you a bold prediction. I'm going to give you a bold prediction. All right. Then score and score. Would you like me to go first?
Please do.
I'll take you away. So my first bold prediction is Derrick Henry over 80 rushing yards. Okay, he has only gone over this mark 2 times the entire game. Out of all 7 games this season, he has only gone over this mark 2 times. He's having a very, very disappointing season this year. Some may argue the worst start to a season in his entire career. But he's playing the Dolphins, a team who has allowed 5 running backs to go over 100 yards in the 7 games played this year.
My God.
And Jonathan Taylor had 98. He didn't play the second half of that game. In the first game of the season, Jonathan Taylor had 98 yards in the first half. That had been 6 out of 7 running backs have gone over 100 yards against this team.
Jesus.
This Miami Dolphins defense is very, very, very weak against the run, and we've been targeting them, okay? For the first time all season last week when the Dolphins beat the Falcons, Bijan Robinson had 25 rushing yards, which is fairly impressive because we were just talking about him being the best running back in the league, right?
Yep.
So after going into the game, a running back had 98 yards or more against the Dolphins. They hold the best running back in the league to 25 yards. So I think it's pretty bold that we say Derrick Henry is going to have his 3rd game the entire season of going over 80 rushing yards. I think Derrick Henry goes over 80 rushing yards. All right, if you want to choose anytime touchdown, you can go as anytime touchdown. I think that's also safe. All right, you can parlay the 2, but I got Derrick Henry over 80 yards. I think the Dolphins can't do that 3 weeks in a row against Derrick Henry when there is also Lamar Jackson in the backfield. Like, let's be real, man. Give me Henry over 80 yards. His 3rd 80-yard plus game.
Lamar's not going to be he's not going to be running a lot because he's coming off a hamstring injury, so
nobody's a threat.
He's still not going to run a lot. There's no way he runs.
You don't think so?
As much as he no.
I don't know because He's
you
playing
want
in
to
his
protect that
hometown.
hamstring injury.
I think he wants to show off that he's a passer. I think he knows all of his boys are going to be at the game, so they want they're going to hype him up, be like, my boy can pass the ball, blah blah blah. So I think he wants that narrative. He likes that narrative of being a passer. So my bold prediction is Derrick Henry gets over 80 yards against his very very weak Dolphins defense, who also allows the 5th most rushing yards per game in the entire NFL. So they are a run funnel, like I said earlier. Now, take us to your bold prediction, Seb.
Jalen Waddle over 80 receiving yards.
All right, so we like our over 80. All right, pair those two together.
His line is set at 63.5, quite low
Easy.
for the circumstances that we have here. You could just take that if you feel more comfortable in that. But he's the number 1 receiver now in Miami since Tyreek Hill's season is over. The Baltimore Ravens are allowing an average of 246.5 passing yards per game and have given up a total of 1,817 receiving yards this season. Their defense ranks 28th in the NFL for passing yards.
Up almost 2,000 receiving yards this
Yeah,
year?
and we're only in week 9.
That's insane.
So they're 29th in passing yards allowed per game. Roma Tuesday just had 114 on them, and DJ Moore tagged on with 73 in one game, where they only allowed 16 points to an offense who, I should remind you, scores points under a Ben Johnson offense. Okay, this is the lowest amount of points
You're saying the Ravens defense. Okay, yeah, okay.
16 is the lowest amount of points the Ravens defense have allowed this season. That doesn't say a lot. Helping my case that I'm going to get into in my score prediction, they are going to turn things around at the right point of the season. But even still, two wide receivers going over 70 yards, 2 career games against the Ravens. Jalen Waddle has had 15 catches.
2 receivers in the same game going over 70 yards.
Yes.
Okay, go on.
That's pretty bad.
No, that is bad.
Considering they only allowed 16 points, which is pretty good considering what they haven't been allowing all year. So Jalen Waddle,
good point.
Jalen Waddle in his career versus this Ravens team has had 15 catches for 232 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And how many games do you know?
I think 3 or
Okay.
3 or 2. His
and
best
232 and 2 touchdowns.
Yes.
Damn.
His best game against this Ravens team was on September 18, 2022, where Lamar Jackson did not play due to injury. He had a career high of 171 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns in a 42-38 comeback victory.
And Lamar didn't play.
Wow. Well, that doesn't. I mean.
No. I think that does play a factor because Lamar playing means the Ravens are going to be more competitive.
Yes.
Yes, you just said it was a close game, 42-38, but
It was a comeback too, so they blew a lead.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But the defense, so this Ravens defense is at full strength, but also they are mostly old and they're on a short week. Waddle is young and on a short week, so I think he's going to carve up this defense. And it'll be very fun to watch him against Nate Wiggins or Awuzie, whichever one is lined up. And we may even see a Jair Alexander appearance. So
I think he's slowed down a lot, Jair Alexander.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
I hope he turns it around because Ravens were my Super Bowl pick. Okay.
Hey,
and I think this
my
is
score prediction is going to give you a lot of hope here. So my score prediction is going to give EJ a little bit of hope on his Super Bowl pick because this is very promising for this Baltimore team. The Ravens are going to win this game 31-22. Lamar is back, coming off a huge upset win to keep their playoff hopes alive.
I'm glad that you're finally talking positive about the Ravens. I like
this is
you're
where
right. They're keeping their.
This is where they turn it around.
Exactly what's going to happen.
They're in a division that is wide open right now, with the Steelers on top at 4-3,
and they just lost 2 in a row.
They just lost 2 in a row. Cincinnati's 3-5. They just lost to the Jets at home.
Crazy game.
Yeah.
39-38. Wasn't that the score to that Jets game with the Bengals?
Yes.
That was amazing.
Yes. And the Ravens are 2-5, and the Browns are 2-6. So they're only 2 games off the division lead, with
which is
half the season to go. And with the Bengals without Joe Burrow and the Steelers trying to figure out an identity with a 41-year-old quarterback, low chance. The Ravens have a low chance of making it as a wild card because of how much improved the AFC is, with many teams at 5 wins or more.
Very good point.
But the division is wide open, and they know that. That's motivation for this team going into the second half of the season. Now let's look at the Dolphins. at 2-6, coming off a moral win in Atlanta. But let's be real.
That is a moral win. I agree.
But this team is playing for draft picks. Their season is pretty much over. Patriots are 6-2. The Bills are 5-2, and those teams won't be losing many more games this year unless they have major injuries, which could very well happen. The division title hopes are pretty much over for the Miami Dolphins, and the AFC is filled with great teams, like he said: Chargers, Broncos,
The Jaguars.
Colts,
I forgot
Jags,
about the Broncos,
Chiefs,
too, the Colts.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's already 7 teams: Patriots and the Bills. Yeah,
Wow.
The Dolphins are not making the playoffs. I am sorry, and they're not winning the division because they're already 4 games behind the division leaders, which they already lost a game to, and now they have to go back to New England on the last game of the season. They're probably going to be playing for a draft pick. I'm just going to be honest with you. Okay, so low chance for a wild card.
So it
for
sounds
this
like
team.
we should go to that game in New England because that's more of a guaranteed win. Then when the Bills come to town to get revenge on the Patriots.
No. So a rebuild is going on in Miami. You are really bold, aren't you, today? You are super freaking energetic. I don't like that, man. I'm going to leave you.
Everyone loves a victory Monday. Everyone loves a victory Monday.
I'm going to lock you in the hotel, and you're not coming to the game with us.
You ain't gonna do that.
I'll sell your ticket, and I'll sell you the amount, but you ain't coming to the game.
I hope you get snowed in.
That's fine. No. I'm gonna snow you in. I'm gonna shovel all the snow into the bathroom and lock you into the bathroom.
Bro, if you're gonna make me bring a snowball into that hotel room,
you're not gonna snowball me at all.
It's over for you.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna kick the door open.
I am going
you ain't gonna know what hit you.
I am going to tie you into the shower.
Or I'm gonna have Chrissy open the door for me and walk in.
No, I am going. That would be really. I'm taking a dump and you just boom, boom, boom. No. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie EJ to the shower head, and I'm gonna
tie me to the shower head, and I'm gonna let you do that.
And I'm going to run cold water for an hour. And
that's what's gonna happen.
I'm going to open the window so there's cold air. EJ might get frostbite, but
I don't. The only way you'll be able to do that is drugging me, and I'm not gonna be drinking anything you hand me. Now that I know this is on your conscience. I don't know.
Don't say the Patriots are going to lose then. Say we're going to win. Okay? I take this very seriously. I am not about to travel to New England. No, yeah, it is a threat because I'm going to tell you right now, I am not about to travel to New England in probably 20-degree weather, probably snowing, and sit there in the cold to watch Josh Allen beat down all my Patriots. I am not going to go through that. I do not want to go through that.
Dude, you don't want to see a Josh Allen. I want to see a Josh Allen Drake May snow duel.
I hate you. I do. This is
a duel. I want to see a duel.
I do want to see a duel. I'm going to be sweating icicles out of my head. I don't know. Okay, anyways, a rebuild is going on in Miami. Lamar is 2-2 versus this Dolphins team in his career, but is 1-1 at Hard Rock Stadium, where the last game they won was 59-10, where he had 324 yards and 5 touchdowns and has a record of 42 points in the first half. Then lost in 2021, but both teams have worse defensive and offensive statistics now. They're both worse than they were back then. They're
very bad defense.
Very bad. Ravens are more motivated. They have more purpose. Keep in mind they have Super Bowl expectations and a Super Bowl roster. The Dolphins are dead in the water, one day closer to death. Lamar wants to win his
unquote Mike McDaniels.
I mean, if you know the NFL, people would know that. But yeah, he's right.
You know, one day
Lamar wants to win his first game back, and he's from the area, like EJ touched on. Miami is 28th versus the run and 11th versus the pass. Baltimore is 28th versus the pass and 23rd versus the run. So that doesn't help my case. But they have more weapons and all-pro defense with with experience and coaching. Expect a shootout here. I like my Ravens to win this game.
I like it. And I like that you made a case for your high score of, you said 31-22?
Yep.
Yeah, that's okay. So we disagree on that part because I think it's going to be a closer game.
I thought you were about to pick Miami to win this game.
I don't know. I ain't picking Miami. I definitely ain't picking Miami for this game. They just came off a big win, and the Ravens are going to gain momentum. They just won Also, who did they? The Bears. They just beat the Bears, who are on a win streak. Okay, but I have the Ravens winning in a closer margin.
In Chicago, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was in Baltimore.
It was in
But
Baltimore.
still, it was a big game.
They were
Bears
not favored
hot,
to
and the
win
Ravens
that
were
game.
no, they weren't favored to win that game. The score, okay, I picked them in a parlay, and the Falcons screwed me because I chose the Falcons to beat the Dolphins. So both these teams coming off big wins.
It's okay, man.
But I have the
We've all
score
been there.
closer. All right, I have the Ravens winning this game 24-20. I think there'll be some garbage time though, and I think the Ravens are gonna be in control the whole time. Both these teams' defensives.
Garbage time. What?
I think there's gonna be some garbage time touchdowns for the Waddles, the Dolphins that are gonna make it.
How do you do it?
You know what a waddle in? No, now you're making me. No, here you go.
Okay.
No, it goes like this.
You look like an idiot.
Well, look up Jalen Waddle clips. See if it's close.
I'm good.
Either
I don't
way,
want that in my search
Either
history.
way, you don't think I look just like him?
I mean,
I feel like he puts his hands here, maybe. No, he has them out for sure.
how tall is he?
He's like
Six.
probably almost 6 foot.
Yeah, no.
There's not much NFL players almost 6 foot. Yeah, no, I know I don't look like him.
You-
I'm better looking, okay?
you could
I'm
be
better
a-
looking than Jalen
EJ
Waddle.
could be a good slot receiver. He just refuses to go try out for the Tampa
Yeah,
Bay
instead
Bucks.
I decided
Bucks
to fight
need
people
receivers.
Instead. I
The
decided
Bu-
to fight people instead.
The Bucks
alright?
need receivers right now.
I decided to get paid less, and I don't. It's not that I decide. I'm not that great of. I'm a good football player. I ain't that great of a football player.
You are a great
Okay.
football player. What are you talking about?
No, that's not true. Either way, guys, as both teams, I'm not going to touch on that. As both teams went through a 3-game streak where they allowed over 30 points. Okay, both these defenses have struggled mightily in the first 7 games. The Dolphins allowed 33 to the Colts in Week 1. 33 to the Patriots in Week 2, then 30 to the Bills in Week 3. They allowed 96 total points through the first 3 weeks of the season. Then the Ravens gave up 38 in Week 3 to the Lions, then 37 to the Chiefs Week 4, and then 40 to the Texans in Week 5. They went 3 weeks straight where they did not give up less than 37 points. So
Jeez,
both
bro.
defenses have been giving up points, but the Ravens are currently getting it together.
Yeah.
They allowed 17 or less in their last 2 games. So since that stretch, they've allowed 17 or less in back-to-back games. They just held a Bears team to 16 this week. They held the Rams to 17 the week before.
High scoring offenses.
Both very good offenses. Both very good offenses that average over 25 points per game.
Yep.
Okay? While the Dolphins defense did just hold the Falcons to 10 points, which is
Falcons
impressive.
are not as good as those two
Okay?
teams, though.
And Kirk Cousins was playing.
Yep, there you go.
Michael Penix was not playing.
Oh.
All right? And this Falcons team did get beat by Carolina this year.
I-
Yes, Carolina's good. They got almost shut out by
I
Carolina
hope
this
Kirk
year.
Cousins plays again because he's going to have a tough time in New England
Oh.
this week. Seriously. We
It
got a
was
top
the-
3 defense.
Yeah. Yes. Maybe. Maybe you guys have an easy schedule. I think you might be ranked top 3, but you aren't top 3. You're not in my top 3. You might statistically be top 3, but you're not in my top 3. But that's enough about the Patriots. Talk about the division rival Dolphins. Okay? It was their first time
Hater.
that they held a team. No, I'm telling you how bad the division rival is. It's the first time they held a team under 21 all season. That's the first time they held a team under 21 all season, and Kirk Cousins was quarterback. All right? And this Falcons team still doesn't exactly know its identity. I have more confidence in the Ravens defense as they have showed more promise. Okay? They've showed more promise than the Dolphins this year on the defensive side of the ball. Now, let's talk about the offense. Lamar Jackson is expected to play in his first game back in over a month. And he's expected to play this game in Miami, his hometown. Lamar Jackson is a Broward County baby. We know that. Okay? And Florida, okay? They take their football very serious.
It's
down
sorry,
there.
guys. We actually live in South Carolina. We're just punking all that. We're not.
No, don't tell them where we live. Don't tell them where we live. But yeah,
Greensville,
we
Greensville, North Carolina.
We live in South Carolina. Okay, we don't know nothing about them Florida boys.
I don't even know where South
But
Florida is
I'm
on
gonna
the
make
map.
the statement, okay, with saying we don't know about those Florida boys. All right, not like I got a sleeveless shirt on right now in October. Was it October 27th? Okay,
That was a horrible case because it's cold up there right now.
Not in Florida though. Oh, yeah.
You
Either
idiot.
way, never mind.
You
Either
idiot.
way, well, the reason I'm talking about Florida is because they have the best football players in the world, and they're all from South Florida. Okay, South Florida has over 200 NFL players currently in the NFL. There's over 200 players currently in the NFL from South Florida. You don't think Lamar Jackson, who's from South Florida, wants to show out in front of his family and family members and friends back at home in his first game back in over a month?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson has a 1-1 record when playing in Miami. Okay, although he has 6 touchdown passes and 1 interception to go along with over 550 passing yards in those 2 games played. He's going to show out. Like Seb mentioned earlier, he put up a first half record of points in his first game of the season. He had a 5 touchdown game season. I know everyone remembers his first career start, and it was a 5 touchdown game season against the Dolphins because Seb just said they put up a all-time record of points in the first half.
I remember
5
watching
touchdowns.
that game.
Yeah, they went nuts week 1.
Yeah.
In Miami. He went nuts. And it's kind of the same situation. He's going to get a win for his team, especially because it's a much needed win, and it's his first time playing football in a month in his hometown. They take football very serious down south.
They could actually take the
Okay.
division lead by week 11 if they win this game. So.
Absolutely.
That's crazy. Just considering they
how
started
bad they started, how they went 3 weeks straight of not allowing less than 37 points.
The Browns even have a chance to win this division.
They don't. They do, but they don't. Okay.
They have a good defense.
The Ravens are currently 2-5. All right, and they really need this win. The opposing Dolphins offense will be missing their best player in Tyreek Hill. So as I just mentioned, the Ravens are getting their best player. The Dolphins are going to be missing their best player. That's why Jalen Waddle is going to have a big game, and Seb's bold prediction is going to hit. Miami currently produces the 27th most yards per game. The 27th most yards per game is that's bottom 5. Okay, so they don't produce a lot of yards. They are 26 in pass yards per game while having the 4th best completion percentage in the league. The reason for that is because Tua doesn't throw the ball down the field. Okay, he throws check downs and short routes. It is hard to watch this Dolphins team. Okay, it's hard to watch their offense. You're like, throw the ball down the field. I sit there whenever they're on the red zone, and I just look at my dad and my brother. I go, they don't throw the ball down the field. They go again. See, they don't throw the ball down the field. They go again. They literally don't throw the ball down the field, and people realize they're like, damn. Even when I sit and watch you and the Dolphins are, I'm like, look, they ain't gonna throw the ball down the field. Next play, they're not throwing the ball down the field, and he's looking, boom. I'm like, look, he will not throw the ball. They don't throw the ball down the field. Okay, it's insane. The reason for that is because Tua there's something going on with his confidence. With a limited offense like that, the Dolphins. Don't say that. Don't say that.
There is, bro. I hate to
it's
say
not
it, but
his head, bro. It's like it's mentally in his head, but there's not something physically wrong with his head.
There is.
Okay, he's healed. He's good, man. He's good. I promise you, he's good.
Why don't we submit a brain scan and see?
Yeah, you should get a brain scan, but your brain has to come out of your head for that to happen. So, to get really good research on it, but that ain't gonna happen. He's good. Okay, he's capable. It's not because of his brain. All right, There's something going on there with Mike McDaniel and Tua. It's a very limited offense, and I don't see the Dolphins beating a Lamar Jackson Ravens team in Lamar's first game back in his hometown. It's a Lamar Jackson reunion game. Dolphins win this game. Jalen Waddle goes over 80 yards. Derrick Henry goes over 80 yards. Anything else you'd like to say?
No. To my fellow Dolphins fans that said they're gonna win the division this year, go kick rocks.
Also, shout out to my boy Adam. He's my boxing trainer. Shout out to my boxing trainer, Adam Jaco, and to Joshua Jaco. Happy birthday, all right, to his son, Joshua. He's 14 years old. They're going to this game. Lamar Jackson is his favorite player, and I think you're going to see Lamar Jackson get the dub, guys. So catch us on the next video. Sunday coming this week. We're going to crush it again.
Expect some great stuff because it's Halloween week, and you already know what we're doing.
Oh, we dressing up in our next
Dressing
video.
up.
Make sure you watch that, guys.
We'll see
Peace.
y'all.